city is something that you have taken upon yourself to do differently. What does that mean exactly?
For me, you asked me earlier what it's like being the mayor of your hometown. I could have answered it just by saying the state of the city is what it's like. This is our community. And I have nothing against any group that has asked the mayor to come and present the state of the city at their organization. And I appreciate that, and I appreciate opportunities to be able to talk to anyone regarding our community. But it's the our community piece that sometimes gets missing or is lacking. We need to have this address in an environment where all get the understanding that or that it's put out there that they are all welcome. A school is a community, it's for our community. This auditorium has been used by our community, so it is an area that folks are comfortable with. I'm the mayor that came out of our school system. It has a connection to my story. It has a history, the school system, to the story of many of us that live in the neighborhoods. We are allowing anyone and everyone, well, 600 anyones and everyone's, there are some limits, to come and be a part, to come and hear a message that you may agree with, you may take exception with, you may feel challenged by, and all those things I'm hoping happens with someone in that audience. This is our address. I'm excited about what it may be if I step my game up right, and I say game, tongue in cheek, but I'm not always the most excited guy about giving a speech. And so I'm hoping that this whole program that night will be something that people feel good about, and that they walk out of there understanding that there's something for all of us to do.
Well, the point is well taken, though. What you're saying is insert yourself in the environment of the community. Mm-hmm. Typically, the State of the City address is something that has been done at noontime downtown. Right. And certainly there are folks there, but I think what you're saying is by doing it in the evening in a school is at a place and time where working folks can be available and attend.
Exactly. And we know that working folks work all hours of the day, but we understand that the evening hours are often easier to navigate for folks than trying to get away for lunch hour and then having to get back. It should be a wonderful night, I'm thinking.
So let's remind us when that is and where.
It would be March 30th at Lincoln International Studies School, 912 North Burdick, at about 7 p.m. We'll have a little pre PowerPoint and what have you, some program at probably starting about 6:30. But if you get there at 6:45, you'll for sure find a seat, because I'm sure it's going to be packed with folks.
You're the mayor now, but you didn't become the mayor immediately in your political career in Kalamazoo. You served on the city commission prior to that. Yes. And as we know, the mayor is the person that gets the most amount of votes on election day. Did you set out to be mayor?
That's a question I hear often. Often since prior to becoming mayor. Here's my belief in the campaign. Let me answer the question. It was never my goal, as in my target, to be the mayor. It was my goal to be able to have an opportunity to bring something, whatever skills and talents I have, to help lead our city. All of our city commissioners lead in one way or another. So whether I was number 4 as I was elected the first time, or number 2 as vice mayor, and now the first of 7 as the mayor, I was honored to serve. I had a great team behind me. Now my team had more goals maybe than necessarily I did aspirations-wise, but they had some faith in me, and I hope I've been living up to their faith, and our community's faith. but it was never my absolute, you got to be mayor. I know that you folks own this. The seat I sit in, you own. I don't own it. I'm borrowing it, I'm sitting in it, I'm taking up space in it, or however you want to see it, for as long as you allow, and as long as I decide that I want to try to serve. We'll just keep serving, and wherever that leads, it leads, and I'm pretty happy with doing this.
Well, what makes it interesting about that question is that it's not like many cities, even Portage, for example, where you know who the candidates for mayor are before the election. But obviously there was something about you that made the connection with the voters. What do you suppose that was?
There's 6,000 or more people that voted. I think it was 6,150 or so that voted for me. And I would never want to think about, or want to assume, rather, what drove someone to circle that Hopewell dot. I will tell you what I hear from individuals. Mainly that they feel I'm balanced. They feel that I think through the issues and am not afraid. That's a big one, not afraid, whatever that means to them, whether it's speaking out or not afraid to be quiet at times, maybe not enough in this interview. But that's resonated. Some folks have liked how I think through the challenges of the day. I had individuals that like my interest in historic preservation, and then some like my interest in business, and others like my interest in youth, and some like my background in knowing a little bit about zoning, having been the chair of the Planning Commission. Some loved the last name, Hopewell. Pretty cool last name when you're running for office, and I receive that message quite often as well, that they like that. And then I tend to have I love people, and
They must sense that.
there must be some sense of my love for people and a passion for this city, and that's the one I've heard the most. That passion comes out often, or I try for it to come out often, in how I deal with the issues of the day and how we engage one-on-one. We will improve our community. We will see the best days of our community as we continue to do this one-on-one. The more you and I and others connect, looking in each other's eyes, we can figure out the challenges of the day. We can. And I believe that. It sounds so utopian, or I'm in the clouds or something, but that's how I've operated my life. This journey that we're on it together. And sometimes you get to drive and I get to sit in the passenger seat. Sometimes you're laying in the back seat and I'm driving. Sometimes we're getting off the highway, taking that off ramp, headed to the biggest rubber band ball in the world, because there's an opportunity there to learn or grow or to see something new. And then we get back on that ramp and get back on the highway, headed towards our next destinations, and we're doing that together. Once we figure that out, once we understand that it doesn't matter where you stand on the political spectrum, these things of pigmentation, though we all have it, and some of us have more and some of us have not as much, that truly we're doing this and we're in this together. What a masterpiece and progress we have. Just a tremendous masterpiece, and if we remember that, we'll be all right.
Last question.
I want more.
Some mayors of Kalamazoo, when they're through, go on to other political careers.
Classic question.
Is that an interest for you?
Oh, darn, you did throw it in there. I was going to be sarcastic and say, yes, some mayors do, but you asked the question. Here's how I answer it. My passion is for our city, and we have a whole lot of work to do. I have a whole lot of work to do, and I hope I'm allowed to continue that work. And again, that's up to others. I don't have a huge heart for the things beyond this community. Could my path lead me in that direction? Yes, we never know where the path may lead. But my path has led me right here. And I'm trying to do this every single day to the best of my abilities. And I'm going to concentrate on that. What comes next, comes next. But we're here now. Let's take care now.
Mayor Bobby Hopewell, thank you very much.